Good morning, everyone. This morning, as I prepare for Sunday and the new sermon series that we started in Genesis for the life of Joseph, I thought it would be nice to look back within Genesis to some of the places that possibly played a huge role in the makeup of his family, the things, the culture, and what he was born into, the brokenness that was present. And so I find myself signposting in Genesis 29 and 30 this morning with Jacob, Leah, Rachel, and Laban, and asking questions of life and all its mystery. This chapter, just as many in the Bible, is such a clear indication of the brokenness that is present in this world. We see Laban doing wrong, Rachel doing wrong, Leah doing wrong, Jacob doing wrong, and definitely not showing in all his actions the godliness that is present in his life. And even there is this strange irony where he is deceived by Rachel's father in a similar way that he had deceived his own father early on in Genesis. And so we are posted into this story where each person has been affected by the culture that is around them, the makeup of their family, the things that have come before them, and the brokenness that exists. Each of these people has been a recipient of wrongdoings, just as they have also cultivated and been part of some of the brokenness themselves and been complicit in it. And yet, in each of these people's lives as well, we are able to see God's grace despite their own actions, despite their own brokenness. Actually, in Jacob's life, we know that God's promise to him and his family happened before this in chapter 28. And we see in chapters after this that that promise is reaffirmed. And God continues working in that family despite everything that happens. And I think this is important to see and understand even before we come to the story of Joseph. As he becomes part of the story, he is affected, infected, and then also has the opportunity to effect it too. The system is broken on every level, and there has been a culture created around survival despite its brokenness. But in the midst of this, and despite this, our God is not broken. In fact, he is the one character in this story, as in our stories, that is not broken and is still working in the midst of it all. I'm wondering today how we can have eyes to see how we have been defined by the broken culture we find ourselves in, and yet still recipients of the grace of God, the grace that God gives us. He is working in our lives as much today as he was yesterday. What possibly is he calling you to today?